Once upon a time, in an office in Minsk, a CEO was sitting behind his desk, having a nice cup of coffee. And then a programmer walked in, and he said, "Boss, I have a great idea. I've checked the stats on all of the tier 10 tanks, and I can see that there's one tank that's in desperate need of a buff. Tell me please, which one is it, Igor? I think, boss, that we need to buff the T-62. But Igor, we have buffed it already, an update 4.2 and an update 4.6. Yes, boss, but people like to drive Russian medium tanks, the powerhouses, the DPM machines, the tanks with good turret armor and a really good gun. But let's make the gun even better. Let's make it the same as the Leopard's gun. Excellent idea, Igor. Let's do that. Let's buff the T-62A. Nobody will understand why we did it, but we've done it, so we are cool guys." I don't know if this happened like this, but it probably has, because yeah, it's really hard to find a logic between the recent buffs and the buffs in the recent past of the T-62A. It got nerfed in update 3.6, together with all the tier 10 meters in terms of penetration and premo, etc, etc. But the T-62A got a buff in 4.2, which made it actually pretty darn good. Then it got a buff in update 4.6, some accuracy stuff as well. And now in update 4.7, they've given the update 140 another gun, and then the T-62 got to keep his gun. But yeah, it has been buffed as well, because you get better penetration on APCR by 5mm extra, and better penetration on heat as well by 5mm extra, giving you a really effective gun. And if you load it up with a slightly different setup than we did against the compared to the earlier review we did on a T-62A about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, something like that. If you compare it to that video, you can see I am using a slightly different setup. We're going to look at that as we get into the garage after this game on Dead Rail. Yeah, Dead Rail. And we're going to see what happens, how it looks like in terms of equipment, etc. But yes, still, it was a powerhouse already, and it is still a pretty darn effective tank. In the meantime, we are trying to avoid getting shot by this E75 and or the IS-7, and we fail completely at both of them. But we have the enemy where we want them. There's an M103 lurking around somewhere, probably behind the IS-7, because he managed to kill the grill. So my guess is he's somewhere down below the A-cap if you look at the minimap in that perspective. E75 is pushing up, we have a 54 here as well, so we can track an E75 in place. We nailed them bad, and we're going to just hammer away. Drop the hammer, drop the adrenaline, and there we go. I decided to take this little bugger out for 3 games again, and yeah, pretty much all 3 of them are yeah, decent, pretty good. Mastery game in the end as well. First class on this one. Unfortunately, I don't manage to take that shot into the M103 because I was diving down. Otherwise, he would have been dead by now. That would have given me some more damage. But still, fairly good game. And the merry-go-round against the E75 and IS-7. That was pretty effective. So yeah, you can't always follow the logic between in the hands of wargaming programmers why they have to buff certain tanks or not. It's really strange. Don't take a look at the credits here earned because of missions. We get some more, so that's good. And XP was in some of the missions as well, so that's a bit high. But 4k damage, not too bad, and we got a nice little scout medal as well. So yeah, let's drop into the garage. Got myself some coffee here as well. Right, garage. Come on, garage. Where are you, garage? Oh, there we are. Hello, garage. There is T-62 Leopard object pattern 121 and the FE. And yeah, if you take a look now at the T-62A, it's already pretty darn effective. Only the object 140 has same DPM, but take a look at what happens if I switch on calibrated shells, the supercharged hit points, and the third steps. Then the T-62A becomes a Russian Leopard, basically. I mean, the gun is practically the same. The muzzle velocity, the Leopard has a very laser accurate gun, but if you use the supercharged on a T-62A, then you will get a Leopard with good turret armor. And where we started with, scroll down, come on, scroll down, come on, scroll down, yes, thank you. I think the logic could be in this regard a bit. I mean, in terms of stats, T-62A does a good job, but I think people could, yeah, some tanks are better in that regard. Here's the new gun. This is the with the calibrated shells, not the base, but with the calibrated shells. But I think that Wargaming wants to give the T-62A some buffs, because then people will maybe, I don't know, drive it a bit more. Really, use the supercharge. You don't need that gun laying drive. It's 2.2 together with third steps, that must be said, but you don't need it. Use third steps. If you use the refined gun, then you will get a very accurate gun, even more than it is already, but as you saw in the stats and numbers, it's pretty darn effective. So this is my setup at the moment. I've driven 3 games, all 3 are in here. But yeah, like said, I think Wargaming want people to drive the T-62A more. They want to make the average statistics in terms of win rate and damage, etc., be as close together as possible. But then again, why they decided to change the characteristics of this T-62A that much, it leaves me a bit puzzled. I can recall back when the old matchmaking was still there, when Tier 8s did face Tier 10, there were voices saying that, claiming or wanting or begging for the Carnarvon to be improved, maybe have its gun changed. But I think Wargaming actually said, no, we can't change this gun because it's based on a real live gun, and all those statistics, those stats, all the numbers, they have to stay there. It has to have a historically accurate gun. GG Wargaming, historical accuracy and World of Tanks don't really go together as much as you think it would. But then, yeah, why is it possible that they then change the Opticon 40 gun, which is a theoretical tank anyway? I mean, it's maybe a blueprint, maybe a prototype even, but it wasn't a mass-produced tank in that regard. So that leaves me thinking, why is it possible to change it on this tank now and not on the earlier Carnarvon? And I can only think of one explanation, and that is that they have quite abandoned the attempts at historical accuracy, and that they just want the tanks to be good. They want them to be useful to any type of player, and maybe less so to players who really want to try to get into the tanks and sort them out and be the mass of the tank, really. It's a good thing Hash has returned on the Sen 7/1 and the FV4202. I pretty much like that, and I like the buffs on the T-62A. That's all well and good. I mean, it's a good tank. It was a good tank. I kind of liked it already. I came into the Tier 10 Russian mediums when the Opticon 40 was came into the game when it was first introduced, and yeah, it was pretty much by that time that everybody said, if you want a Tier 10 Russian medium, go get the Opticon 40. There is absolutely no need for the T-62A. The Opticon 40 was a better one. It had the same turret armor, it had a better hull, one more degree of gun penetration, etc, etc. And with the same gun, why play a T-62A? I have a slight feeling that... nice bounce, thank you. I have a slight feeling that it's going to be the other way around now. I think that people will start playing the T-62A a lot more instead of the Opticon 40, because the T-62A just has a lot that the Opticon 40 would want to, especially in terms of gun accuracy. Slight step back to the game. I'm being very cautious here into driving into this open area, because I was thinking that FE was still there. So that's why I'm popping in and out. Then I'm realizing, oh, okay, there's an icon over there. So yeah, I can see it now. See, I can see it now. I'm going to take a look. Oh yeah, oh good, good, he's dead. Then let's roll into that grill, 15 behind the rock. But yeah, like I said, I don't think you should choose an Oblique 40 over T-62A as was pretty much the norm about a year and a half ago. Yeah, if you take a look at, for example, Twisted Cup in 2016, not a lot of tanks were driven in T10 in terms of mediums, except for Oblique 140. So in that regard, Wargaming have done a good job. They have managed to get a fair bit of the tanks together in terms of gameplay. So that was their key, that was their goal, and they have succeeded in that regard. But then again, it does make the game a bit more predictable, a bit more in the way I can play this tank, so I can play the next tank pretty effectively as well. You don't need to learn as much in a way, and a lot of it goes now into things I've done just now on 4 to Spare, knowing the map. If I sit in this position and reds are here, here, here and here, and you can pinpoint them down on the map, then you know you won't be able to get shot. And of course you have to have a bit of luck, which I'm having in this one in the end, because this is a slight nail biter. But this is the 8th game. Like I said, I played 3 games today in the T-62A, and they are all 3 in this review. So this is the 8th game, and this goes to show that the T-62A at the moment is a very, very much strong tank. The red Batchet in the meantime has moved up. He was spotted. There's the FV. He's spotted. I can put one shot into him. Can I put another shot in? I'm spotted. I'm shot from the left. That has to be either the Batchet or a... Oh, the Baton. Hello. Baton. Of course it wasn't the Batchet. He was still spotted. But it was good to see what we can do here. I'm not pushing in yet because Batchet, there is an E4 on the red team. They have a grill. They have an FV, they have an E100. He is spotted now. Batchet is over there, being cautious. So let's try to work this better now. We do track him. I've been trying to go for track shots a lot more lately. Shooting people, putting them in place, really forcing them to use repair packs. And yeah, that helps a lot, because it makes them more vulnerable if they haven't got a repair pack left. Unfortunately, the gun depression you can see on the T-62A isn't as good as some of the other tanks on the game, so I had to wiggle a bit and didn't manage to put a track shot into the Batchet, but I do manage to track that grill. And now I'm buggering off, checking my angles. I know that E100 will have a very hard time shooting me, that's why I'm dodging to the right as well to avoid this possible shot. That FV is still there, so I'm just rushing in, missing the shot on the E4. Happy to take 300 damage. Luckily only 325, as we will see in the end. Oh shit! And we missed that shot. Okie dokie, but we are safe. We can go out. Okay, FV has killed our pattern. That means we can safely move in. We can't shoot him. Right, next target. FV, you can just sit there. You have a big gun, but if you're sitting behind a rock, I don't mind like at all. The grill takes out our E100. He spots me now, but we can damage his gun. Ah, annoying. Right, he can shoot us, and thank you very much. Green FV. What's next? There's a Batchet. Can we? Oh no, no, stupid. That one goes into the ground from the Batchet, and we have to be a bit careful now. Well, yeah, I'm not a one-shot to the FV unless he. Yeah, I am a one-shot. He has to roll high, but I'm a one-shot. 1155, he has 1200 max roll, he's going in there, so I want to be sneaky here, put another shot into him. I mean, the first shot went into the FV. I7 is there, E100 is full health. We are in hit point distress. Yeah, we are for a bit, I think. Because a Batchet seems to know what he's doing. My prediction is he is going onto the flank through the bunkers area, but as I started to move in, I realized he isn't. And that means that E100 is still there. I make a bit of a mistake by moving in over here, but I can shoot him, track him in place. Thank you very much. Here we go again. Can we shoot you now through the lower plate? No, and we don't track you either, so that's unfortunate. But this is a 2-1-1 now, so if I just keep moving... Okay, FE is reloading, but you've been a really tremendous help by putting a big shot into the E100. There we go, that is a track shot, but we don't track him in place, we only damage his track. But I can try to take you out now. Don't bump into you, just sort of fold my way around the tank, denying him to move. And that means we have 1081 hit points left. And there's a bad chat. Oh shit. Hello FE, one shot into you. Oh, bad chat took out the FE. Where's the bad chat? There he is. Oh, he's a one shot. Okay, and I need 2 shots for that FE. Can bugger off? No, yeah, I should have buggered off. I should have gone away far quicker. That would have made this game a bit easier. But I'm deciding to roll away now. And you can already predict what's going to happen. I can shoot the FE, but he goes in from behind with no noob. Oh shit. Thank you very much for high rate of fire. I would have been dead if I had been in a pattern, I think, or any of the other tier 10 meters. But the T-62A and the Opticon 40 have a very good rate of fire. So that saved me. I managed to kill the bad chat. And also a bit of a game of cat and mouse. Because the FE is in the middle, top middle, if you look at the map. So what I'm just buggering off. I think my camo rating is far better than his. I have a fully rotatable turret and I have a monsterly accurate gun. He has a big dub gun. He would only need splash damage even on the ground. But yeah, I want to go in over here, sit behind the bush, wait for a bit, and then see what happens if he pops up, or maybe he doesn't, and then I'll just go around thinking that he might go to spawn. But lo and behold, there he is. Ta-ta! Thank you very much. 5 kills, ace game, lovely little finish, bit lucky in terms of ending on 10 hit points, but yeah, first shot went into the FE, the last shot went into the FE. He had a brilliant game, a very good game. If you look at his results, just above 4k, Betcha did very well at 3.3 as well. But yeah, I was lucky, scraping through at 10. So, in that regard, T-62A, if you want to have my verdict, do I have to drive the Opticon 40 or the T-62A, I would go for the 62A at the moment in WoT Blitz. Because it's a joy to drive, really a joy to drive. Thank you very much for watching, for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, click the logo on the bottom right. And also take a look at the recommended videos as well, because we have some very good stuff online at the moment, if I say so myself. I greet you all, cheers, happy tanking, see you on the next one, bye bye.